16-13 LDLC.
First map LDLC.
Yeah.
16-13.
I'm cheering for existence.
You said that 2-0 Epsilon when we talked about it.
Yeah, but...
And I would say 16-9 Epsilon.
Okay.
I'll go against you.
I'm not going with my mind. I'm like following my heart. Yeah.
Yeah. We're ready to go live. Boys, that will bring you the action are Dean and Hoka. So boys, take it away.
Thank you very much, Remo. We are indeed here for the Group D elimination match. LDLC up against Epsilon. My name is Hawker, joined by Dean as always. And I think the first thing we have to point out is that unfortunately LDLC aren't quite playing with their full lineup. Coach Krav standing in. How do you think this is going to affect them into this series, Dean? Okay, it looks like Dean's not actually here. It seems like he's got some internet issues, so hopefully that will get sorted. Left me hanging there, but I guess I can just answer my own question, talk to myself for a little bit. I think it's going to be interesting to see how LDLC play here. As we were saying, Twanu not here with the team, so we'll get to see if they decide to have an AWP a lot of the time. That's something we're going to have to watch for. Existence has picked it up in the past on occasion, so maybe he will go towards it. That's certainly something that will be exciting to see. Either way, we're going to head into the pistol round now. I think Epsilon probably going to be favorites with LDLC having a stand-in, but I believe Dean should be back shortly. We're just starting the pistol now, and Robin's going to buy up a kit and a smoke. LDLC just going for full sets of Kevlar. They're all grouping up around second mid here. This could be a very fast-paced round, straight up through mid. LDLC going to go... No, they're not going to go forwards. They're now going to run back towards Banana. And Smoothie should spot this out. He gets a dink through the wood. So Devil down to 18 HP. And LDLC still not committing just yet. After what looked like it was going to be a very fast-paced round, they slow things down. And now they're going to group up again around A. Remember, they don't have any utility, so they are just going to have to rely on the Glocks. And Maniac is going to try and get that initial pick. Here we go. The A play coming in, but the bomb is dropped. Having said that, the kills come back quite quickly. There's only one player left in pit. It's T-Sack who has to do it. Oh, and he's going to get overrun. Alex going to finish him off. And it's the two UK boys on the Epsilon side, Surreal and Smooya, who have to try and retake. There was a kit dropped down, but in a 2v4, they're just going to have to play for the frags. And I don't think that's going to be happening. You can see Alex fighting off. Gets that headshot and pretty much settles the round. LDLC indeed do take the pistol. Bit of a strange sort of setup to start the rounds there, but it worked out for them. And that initial pistol round, I think, is really important for them to gain, considering they have their coach. I think a good start is certainly the best chance for them to come out on top in this series, and they've got that initial pistol. So let's see if they can now hold on against this force buy from Epsilon.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to do so. They will at least be going with a fairly heavy rifle buy, so they're trying to play this as safe as they can. They only really go for those two SMGs, an UMP and a MAC-10. They can leave those kind of in the front of the pack to allow those to be the ones that try and scout out the positions. If they do end up falling, then at least the rifle won't be handed over. Only an SMG to be given to the enemies, and also try and find out if there's any stacks in play from the CT side. But right now, LDLC seems like they are just going to be focusing on taking control of the apartments, just pushing a lot of their players up and towards this position. And this meant that they likely will try and take brackets afterwards. But Alex, let's see if he decides to peek from Boiler. That could get dangerous. He could be peeking straight into the crosshair of Chak, that is. Let's see. No, he's going to just decide to fall back off. So once the T's tried to take mid control, the CTs, happy enough with just going back off passive onto the bomb site itself.
Yeah, they are willing to do so. With the CZs, they can afford to try and play up close and then force LDLC to push in towards them. In the meantime, Maniac's going to go in first with the UMP, making some noise, and Robin's going to try and catch him out, but Maniac too quick to react. That UMP does find the kill. In the meantime, Alex has to snap for that headshot, but he does get the frag. And that should open up the site as Krav loses the bomb. A little bit awkward there, but Devil will recover it alongside Alex. And it looks like the rest of the lineup has cleaned up this A site.
Yeah, I don't know if there's too much Surreal can get done here. If he finds this kill early on towards Maniac, maybe it's possible if he had got that AK, but he's not going to be able to do so. So It will be LDLC taking that round, and they are able to keep all 3 rifles alive, which is also quite important. They don't really lose too much investment out of that one, and they're going up against a full eco. We should see them being able to build that bank up even a little bit further. Once again, 2 SMGs being brought in. I presume once again they will just lead the charge, look to try and find those opening kills, try and rack up the money, of course, with the extra money bonus per kill, getting that $600. Just want to try and play for the long run with your economy. But yeah, only USPs into this one for EPSILON. Let's see what they are going to be able to get done with the B stack that they've gone for. Just Chak early on, making some presence towards A, hoping to maybe try and bait LDLC to head towards that B bomb site to allow for at least a couple of kills to come in.
And speaking of EPSILON, remember they lost their first series against Sprout. One that maybe people would have expected them to win. And I think the main issue for them there was Cosme not necessarily showing up in that particular series. But I think since then, his form has improved a little bit in the other Katowice qualifier. So if he can show up today alongside Smooya, I think that really would be all EPSILON need in terms of fragging power, because the rest of the team seems fairly consistent. So we'll get to see if they do show up. Either way, just a full eco here for EPSILON in this round. LDLC still taking it slowly, but after probing towards B, now they come back towards A. And I don't think Sak is going to be holding this A site all by himself. Should be taken down fairly easily.
Yeah, I don't think there's really going to be much, especially with the players wrapping around on the long-range angles with the rifles. So he wouldn't have really had any sort of chance. So he at least tried to push into apartments, tried to have a little bit of initiative and try and catch one player off alone, but he did get taken down. And because of that now, LDLC full control of this A bomb site, and EPSILON, what only USP is, I presume they will be at least trying to get a couple of exit kills out of this one. There's not really any point to saving these ones, I guess, maybe if you didn't want to allow your opponents to have that extra money bonus per kill, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Existence and Maniac able to get one each, and now Robin and Cosmin are the last 2 standing. And there we go, down to Cosmin. But yeah, as you were mentioning also, I feel like another player who, in the games I've watched so far for EPSILON, Surreal, he's just been extremely consistent. He's had some great rounds. I think he's been one of their... I'd say he's been kind of in that 3rd star role. Cosmin is the one you'd expect him to be up there along with Smooya as well, but he's just been a very solid player overall so far.
Yeah, he's been pretty good for EPSILON. That's really all they need from him when they do have Smooya and Cosmin. I mean, obviously, it would be nice if he could step up, but if he can just be consistent, that's something that they also will need. Either way, into this round, we're going to see a deep smoke down banana from Robin. So that could imply some CT aggression. You can see LDLC in the meantime, with a couple of SMGs still in play, will try to take apps control. That's allowing them to take some close range engagements if the CTs were here, but the CTs are not playing from apps. They're playing down in towards short, and they could be caught here. They're running back to the site, but they're out in the open. And out goes Maniac to get that first headshot. Smooya also caught, but he does get a kill. Nearly the second, he has to go for the USP, and he does get that frag. Existence finally gets a couple of headshots there. So it's actually back to a 2v2, despite looking good for EPSILON. LDLC have managed to bring it back.
Yeah, and currently no defuse kit in the possession of these EPSILON players, which is going to make this retake a bit more difficult. I'm not sure if there is one drop that they could retrieve, but Existence, he continues on finding these headshots for himself, just goes for that quick shoulder peek and takes down Cosme, and so it's all onto Surreal now. And as you can see, he will indeed get flanked out by Devil. So LDLC, after not really having a great start to that round, they bring it back. I believe it was a 2-on-4. Existence really stepping it up, and it will be LDLC to get themselves this very solid 4-0 start.
I mentioned in the pre-game, Twanu not being here means that LDLC need another AWPer. And apparently Krav is that AWPer, the coach looking to step up. He's yet to frag in this game so far. Let's see if that massive investment in towards him is warranted, because that's not something you'd expect to see when your coach is standing in. That's a lot of money invested into someone you wouldn't expect to be able to perform too well.
Yeah, he bought that up himself as well. I'm not really sure if that was the best idea up against these pistols with so many close range angles on Inferno. It can just get difficult. Smooya, he finds the opening kill. If he can get another one out of this, this will be a really good position for EPSILON. He also has support from Cosmin, but it seems like right now LDLC just want to be careful. Don't want to lose any more kills. They're happy enough with just trying to bring this 4-on-5 back. And let's see where they do eventually bring this one. Right now, just waiting to see, I guess, if any mistakes are made by EPSILON, if they go for any peeks and give away these kills. As you can see, the bomb making its way back towards mid, just going to be holding towards that position. Looks like they may be favouring over towards the A bomb site, which right now there is 3 players in position, but even then they're not really working that well together. They are kind of split off into one-on-ones, so if the T's are able to win out these aim battles, it could get a little bit difficult, but they've made a different decision perhaps. They've backed off towards Banana, and right now it's only Smooya over towards this position, and he's actually quite aggressive. If he gets taken down, the site gonna get overrun.
Does have that Desert Eagle, which he got that first kill in this round with. So let's see if he can find anything else. He is still trying to play aggressive, but there's plenty of players waiting. But Smooya gets that frag, nearly the third as well. This could be dangerous now. 23 seconds, and Smooya is still here, spamming away. It's 3 for Smooya. He's looking for the 4th. He finally gets taken down, but the damage is done. Maniac, the only man left, and Surreal pushes through to finish him off. And, well, Smooya there massively stepped up. You said he was the only player towards B, but if he can get 3 kills and slow them down, clearly he did enough to win EPSILON the round.
Oh yeah, I liked that peek that he went for. It was risky, high risk, high reward. If he fell, he would have been in a really bad position because then Cosmin, I believe, was the closest player, and he was actually in CT spawn where a smoke would have been cutting off his vision. But yeah, a great round there coming in by EPSILON, and now they get a very solid buyout into this one. There we go. Once again, Smooya going to be the man to find the opening. Chat going to be chiming in, sprays them down. 3 quick headshots as the Molotov goes ahead and gives its assistance, and now it's only Devil that's remaining alive. He's just going to be in towards the second mid position, and up against 5 CTs right now, I'm not sure much can be done. His main goal right now, maybe try and get some damage out of this if possible, and maybe even a bomb plant. LDLC, they still have some money left over, so if they're able to get that bomb plant, it would allow them to get a pretty decent buy into the following round.
Yeah, not the best round for LDLC. I think after they lost that first pick, they felt like they needed the quick trade. They really forced the issue, and Smooya is there again. He's got that AWP, and he is starting to look hot. Not necessarily that difficult of a shot there, but it's nice to land those early on just to build that confidence. As you were saying, LDLC, they still just about have a buy together. This is a round now that becomes a must-win for them. Crab forced down to the CZ, but that's not a massive issue. He can just try and play up close. He can just try and go in first and allow his teammates to trade. Molotov comes out, and Cosmin going to go for the peak. He nearly gets that opening kill. However, LDLC managed to avoid him for the time being. Having said that, EPSILON are pushing down Banana, and Devil might be in position. The flash comes in. Perfect flash. That's so well played from LDLC. 2 free kills for Devil. And that almost guarantees them the round win at this point. They should be able to close this out fairly easily now.
Yeah, if they commit straight to B, they definitely will be able to do so. Smooya, the only player in position, and he is currently smoked off, and with the op, he doesn't really have the chance to really spam through that smoke either. Maybe if he had a rifle, he could spray wildly and hope to get something done. Even then, it would be up to a bit of luck. But yeah, bomb going down on B. EPSILON right now, their economy, it's actually pretty decent, but I don't think it'd really be worth going for a 3-on-5 retake on this B bomb site. The chances of actually being able to win it are slim to none. So I think right now, trying to save these weapons is definitely going to be their main focus, and it seems like LDLC are happy enough with maybe going for a bit of a hunt. We see that's Maniac, I believe, over in the apartments, and Existence even taking down Smooya now, the op taken off of the server. That's not good for EPSILON. Chak finds 1 at least, but Existence gets himself a second onto Robin. And Alex closes that one out onto Chak, so they don't even need to wait for that bomb to explode. They find all of the kills.
Well, there we go. LDLC win the round right to back and put EPSILON now on the verge of being broken. They will get a buy together. Robin has called for a pause here. Looks like it's going to be technical, though, because Smooya has dropped from the server. So we get a little bit of time to sort of recuperate as to what's been going on so far. I don't think EPSILON can really take too much from that previous round, though. I think the push down Banana is a fine idea. They just got caught in the worst possible position where they didn't know where Devil was, and the flashbang full blinded them. There's not much they can do in that position, and it's just kind of one of those unfortunate positions where LDLC read them well, countered them, and EPSILON, they can't really dwell on that round. I think they just need to look ahead and realize that was just a good read from LDLC, and that they can still compete here, because again, there's nothing they could have really done about that unless they managed to avoid the flash.
Yeah, obviously they're not happy with losing the round, but they shouldn't be like, wow, big mistakes were made or anything. It's not like that was it. It was just well played with the utility by LDLC. So EPSILON, yeah, at least still able to scrape a buyout on this one. They won't have the op, sadly, onto Smooya, but they will at least have 5 rifles and a small amount of utility to try and back it up. They should have a few smokes to be able to hold down those choke points. And let's see what they're going to do this time. Will they try and go aggressive once again is the question, because I think this time maybe it would be a little bit more viable, since they are kind of lacking on the utility and don't have that up to find the opening kills.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded someone to go down to an SMG just to get the full nades, especially over towards Banana. The fact they don't have an incendiary now is actually kind of an issue, because that's what the CTs generally use to counter any early aggression. And you can see if LDLC place their Molotov, I don't think EPSILON can really afford to get aggressive unless they go for a later peek with a flash. That's certainly still an option. They have 3 players towards Banana, but now it is going to be Robin thinking of the rotate back, although he's sticking around a little longer. Maybe because of these Molotovs coming in. The Molly, though, in the corner, forces Surreal to deploy the smoke. So that's even more utility lost, but now the flash comes in, and Cosmine gonna get all sorts of frags. Where did these kills come from? EPSILON go up to a 5v2, turned into a 5v1. And well, if Krav, the stand-in, manages to clutch this 1v5, he is an absolute god. Let's put it that way. Oh, he gets the first. Oh, for a second there, I was nearly believing, but EPSILON just straight up win aim fights, it seemed.
Yeah, that was nice. They did kind of go aggressive, but not in the way that I was thinking they may have. They didn't actually decide to push down. Instead, they just went for 3 players early on towards the top of Banana. They got themselves into really good positions to, once the T is peaked, kind of just be in a position to bait off of each other and peek out, and it just worked out perfectly. They got 3 quick opening kills out of it, and now it's actually going to be LDLC that aren't going to be able to afford a buy. Just going to be the pistols. Kevlar onto Devil, and let's see what they're going to be going for in this round. I would have liked to have seen maybe a bit of a faster round, try and maybe counteract that aggression that we've seen from EPSILON so far, try and catch the players while they're up close to distance with the pistols, but it seems like right now they are just splitting up and holding a fairly standard default.
Yeah, and again, EPSILON are keeping 3 players towards Banana for fairly long at the start of the round. You will see teams do that, but not for that long, and wait, okay. I don't know how that Incendiary got a kill, but there we go. Robin opens things up. Cosmine going to go for the spray. Surreal is there to have his back. And a fairly easy clean up for EPSILON. I didn't quite see how the player died to the Incendiary there, but Robin was very far away when that Incendiary got the kill. So I'm not sure if it was a mistake or what happened, but nonetheless, EPSILON going to get themselves their 4th on the board.
I think they threw 2 incendiaries down to the bottom of Banana, and when he tried to jump out of one, he just ran into another. I think that was what happened. Okay. But yeah, there wasn't really much you could do on that one. LDLC, they are a team that we at least have known over the run of this tournament to be going for weird buys like this, and they go for it once again. I like the aggressive play down. A Mach 10 in the hands of Devil will be able to find that opening kill onto Cosmine. And now Robin needs to be careful, doesn't want to get overrun. He has the support of Surreal still, of course, and with that utility to use, they will be able to lay this push at least for a small amount of time, and a good position right now for EPSILON. Smooya was able to get himself down towards the bottom of Banana, catches at least one jump into the smoke, and it seems like LDLC now, they are a little bit afraid, need to be careful. The Molotov goes down, and Smooya, that's as smart as he possibly can. He just goes ahead and falls back off, and he even burns one alive, and the bomb is gifted to him as he gets himself another towards the top of mid. So LDLC this round started off so strong, but it's fallen apart. This is the last man standing. He will be taken down by Smooya, who steps it up massively in a round and takes that 4K.
Yeah, he's already up there at 14 frags in the first 10 rounds. Certainly a strong start from him. But LDLC there, I mean, you don't need to be a genius for me to tell you that the fact that they got sort of caught on Banana on the T side is never a good thing for them. They got completely trapped. Either way, this is going to be a full buy for them again. So they have the AKs in play, and we've seen some aggression out second mid. Actually, Smooya was in the mid smoke there. Very risky, but it was Sack with the nade to get the first kill. And LDLC, again, they're trying to hold their default, but it seems like fairly often now they have been picked off early. This time it's Krav who goes down, and they have to play from the man disadvantage.
Yeah, I think Krav, if they were to lose any player earlier on, that would probably be the one they'd want to lose. He could then maybe just sit back, and I'm sure he could even give some sort of assistance with the call. And he's not the coach, he is the analyst, but I'm sure he would have done some analysis on EPSILON to be able to maybe try and have a few reads against them. But again, I guess up against a new team, that's something that is going to be a little bit more difficult. But LDLC, yeah, their default so far hasn't really been working out. We've seen EPSILON doing a great job of just getting those early aggressive pushes, taking themselves an advantage, and then just falling back and being happy enough with sitting on that one and allowing LDLC to be the team that have to try and make the play. And Smooya, let's see if he's going to be able to step it up once again. He will be able to indeed, as he takes down Alex with a quick headshot. Existence, he's been playing well so far in this game as he picks up one, as does Devil, and Maniac got just Smooya off guard. So EPSILON just completely losing control of this A-bomb site. All the kills out of nowhere going back in favour of LDLC. And it is going to be the A-bomb site under their control with the bomb planted, and Surreal and Cosmine now going to be left to try and retake this one.
Yeah, LDLC won 2 crucial gunfights at the same time, and that has allowed them to get back in control. But just as I say that, Cosmine gets a kill back. Existence, though, trying to get up on this smoke. Great off angle, but he doesn't convert for the kill. Instead, he gives away his position. The trade comes back, a 1-on-1, and Existence peeks out for the kill. After whiffing that earlier chance to give his team the advantage, he makes up for it with the double. And LDLC do manage to get into the lead. But Smooya here seems to have made a decision for his team. The rest of them can't get a great buy, but he's got that AWP in play, and clearly he's confident he can do enough to win EPSILON the round.
Yeah, he's been having a good performance so far, so I don't see why not. Confidence is something that should definitely be running through his veins currently, as LDLC, once again, seems like they are going to be going for their default, maybe even a little bit more passively this time. We see them being maybe just a bit more cautious. Smooya, he's going to be forced back off that angle with some great usage of the utility by LDLC. That Molotov perfectly pushes him back. He is now going to be just holding back towards the corner instead to try and spot the players who come up banana. Not being quite as aggressive. But right now LDLC grouping up towards apartments. Looks like they will be trying to focus on controlling mid. Trying to get control of the brackets position, where currently EPSILON actually have 4 players to try and hold this one down.
Yeah, they do for the time being. As Smooya, oh no, the AWP goes down. It gets spammed by Devil. Surreal has a couple of players in the back, and he's going to take 2. So it is back to a 3-on-3, but you can see EPSILON spread very thinly across the map. Still, Sack's going to upgrade and gets that headshot. That does drop the bomb, but I think it just about went round the corner towards short. So it should be recovered. LDLC will be able to get onto the site. And EPSILON will just try to set up this 2v2 retake. Still very doable, especially as the bomb still hasn't gone down. That gives EPSILON a lot of time to work with here. Ooh, Cosmine pushing forwards, manages to jump up on that little moped to get that headshot. Maniac was kind of left for dead on the site there, so Devil now has to clutch a 1v2 with the bomb not necessarily planted for him. You can already see EPSILON clearing corners slowly but surely as Cosmine goes out. Yeah, you see there, Devil's just kind of stuck out in the open. He was trying to get nearer to the bomb, and that didn't quite work out for him. So EPSILON will just hold off on the defuse to get that up, but they will get their 6th round on the board. Looks like, again, Dean is having connection issues, so you're stuck with me for a little bit. Cosmine did manage to save the AWP at the end there. That will go straight back to Smooya. But more importantly, LDLC, well, I was going to say, are probably going to eco. But as soon as I say that, Maniac buys up the AK. This is that classic LDLC buy we see. Very, very rare to see a buy like this where only 1 AK is invested, but it's LDLC who do it often, and it's going to work. Maniac gets that opening pick. That could just prompt them to go straight up for the B push now. They have 2 rifles to work with, and you can see Maniac is caught. Surreal gets 3 kills. Great job by Surreal there to lock down the B site. And that might just do enough for his team. He survives on 10 HP, allows the rotation, but Surreal gets a 4th kill. Smooya misses the shot. This is a very, very awkward engagement, but eventually Smooya finishes the job. And Surreal really stepping up there. Just a solid hold on that site. Really made the difference for his team. And now LDLC, you can see the cost of not having that in the previous round. Buying up that AK means that Maniac is forced down to a CZ, but it's not a massive issue. He still gets a full set of nades. The CZ is still very powerful, so that's the idea behind that buy. And you saw there, it very nearly worked for LDLC. This time around, though, Robin is caught early into the round. He's trying that aggression. Sack's going to get the trade back, so it's quickly back into a 4v4, and LDLC seem to be lining up an A push. Well, it looks as though EPSILON have got 3 players here. Cosmine currently holding towards A long, but it's Smooya towards short to get the 1st and the 2nd. Very quick shots from Smooya, and he might just get the 3rd. Smooya stepping up alongside Cosmine to close out the round. But again, it's just all about Smooya with that AWP. 19 kills for him. It seems like, for the most part, when EPSILON are winning these rounds, Smooya is doing a lot of the work in gaining them these round wins. And into round 15, LDLC just stuck with pistols. So it looks likely EPSILON might get a 9th round before the end of the half.
Yeah, looking very likely. LDLC into this one, only going to have pistols to work with. Smooya and Cosmine going to be able to open this one up and continuing the aggressive pushes as we've seen so far in this game. Alex will eventually return that one, but still Smooya in an aggressive position. Was maybe looking to try and actually deny the pickup of that weapon, but he just does peek out mid, takes down Existence, And now it's only on to 2 players for LDLC. Make that 1, as Alex is the sole remaining player. Has 1 kill. He needs to get the ace clutch to be able to actually win this one out for his team. So looking extremely unlikely. And Chak, I believe he spotted out the shoulder. Here will be in favour of EPSILON. So 9-6 half for EPSILON. Definitely not a bad performance, especially with LDLC starting it off 5-0.
There we go, a 9-round half. I think EPSILON will be fairly happy with that. And I'm sure Smooya will be happy with his kill count. 21 frags on the board. I know we were talking about him a lot, but to be fair, Surreal had that one very impactful round. Cosmine also having a pretty good performance so far. So really, I think this is what EPSILON would be looking for. Maybe Cosmine could be having a few more frags, but when Smooya's playing so well, it's not an issue. They're getting the rounds they need, and considering LDLC won the pistol, again, 9-6, a very good half for EPSILON, and they've got to be feeling great about their chances here. So second half underway, and clearly Smooya is feeling it because he has been dropped the P250 to play with the Kevlar. EPSILON going to sit back very, very patiently here. This would work to counter something that CTs do sometimes, which is that mid-push to try and flank a banana aggression from the terrorists. So it's not an awful idea, and you can see Robin also has the flash lined up to regain banana control. So EPSILON will now make their way forwards. This might be a little more telegraphed with that one flash coming in, though. You can see Devil is leaning back towards B. It looks like EPSILON's still not going to pull the trigger here. Now, though, it looks like they may be lining up the push. Smooya looks to go in first. Maniac around the corner, whiffing the shots. He might have to call for the rotation now, but you can see they've shown the bomb. Now EPSILON are going to go back towards A. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, though, because Maniac is still peeking at B. So you can see 3 players still holding A for LDLC. Here comes the push. Existence holding A long, spots them out, doesn't quite get a frag. But the Glocks will still try to push forward alongside the P250s. And here we go. Some fights have to happen now. It's Alex to get the first kill. Oh, a second for Alex. He finally is traded on. But the kills come in all across the board for LDLC. I believe it was Krav who even got a double there to make the difference for his team. And that is both pistol rounds now won for LDLC. Again, this is the start they needed. So here we go, round 17, pistols for EPSILON. Both sides have pretty much invested all of their money. But LDLC have a lot more to show for it, but Cosmine going to get that first kill out towards Apps. That's the MP9 held into his hands, and he will happily fall back. Good start for EPSILON, and you can see Alex re-aggressing. That was a risk. If he goes down there, that FAMAS could have been recovered for EPSILON. But he manages to win that fight, so brings it back to a 4v4. Was clearly confident he could come out on top. In the meantime, LDLC have Maniac peeking down Banana, so that's allowed them to lean 3 players over towards A. But if Maniac gets picked off, they would be in trouble here, and you can see Maniac has now been forced to fall back. EPSILON going to gain ground towards the B side of the map. Again, still mostly pistols to play with, but it's 3 Deegs on their side right now, so they can certainly take some long-range fights. It looks as though they're lining up the smoke for CT. The boost has come in for LDLC. As the time ticks down, EPSILON are going to have to push shortly. The smoke comes in, but Devil was up. He decides to fall off the boost. He doesn't want to take that risk. In the meantime, it's Maniac to get the first kill, but you can see now Devil stuck behind the smoke, but he still is going to frag. Sack is going to get the bomb down, but he won't live for much longer. Surreal is the only man left, not for much longer. Alex takes him down. A bomb plant for EPSILON isn't awful, but it's not going to be enough for them to get a buy into this round. So LDLC will still be in control. Despite EPSILON gaining ground there, they didn't really find too many frags, with 3 LDLC players surviving. So shouldn't be too big of a deal. And this round, I'm not going to see too much, just a couple of pistols for EPSILON.
Yeah, just making sure they can get a solid buyout into the upcoming rounds. Smooya going to be aiming to get the op, of course, which he should have enough for, along with that body armor if he wishes to do so. Actually, no, not anymore. He actually invested into a deagle afterwards, so he'll definitely probably be lacking now unless he picks up a couple of kills. But yeah, let's see what's going to be done by EPSILON here. LDLC, they are fighting quite aggressively. Could get dangerous with so many deagles being in the hands of EPSILON, but with Cosmin being found there early on, I don't think much is going to be done now. Damage has been heavily in favour of LDLC. Alex himself, he was taken down quite low. Still, Chak and Robin being brought down a tiny bit, and with no Kevlar to work with, aim punch is going to be a big factor for EPSILON currently. LDLC taking a very aggressive stance towards Banana. Smoke going down, cutting them off. It looks like they will just group up and try and make their way towards A.
Looks to be the case. I'm going to see if they can maybe catch someone out. And to be fair, Existence with his M4 is in the cubby here. He could be in trouble, but oh my goodness. Existence just gets 4 kills in a matter of seconds there. I was going to say he might have been taken down, but nope, not meant to be. EPSILON can't land any shots. Aim punch probably becoming a factor. And they will just have to forget about that round and look forward to finally having rifles on their side again. I guess one issue is Smooya doesn't get an AWP, so that's sort of some of their playmaking ability lost. I'm sure he will also be very capable with the AK into this 19th round.
Yeah, certainly, and with LDLC carrying over quite a few SMGs, only having one M4 and a FAMAS also, there's a good chance right now for EPSILON with these AKs to be in a good position at least to win out the majority of the aim duels. You see towards Banana early on, there was a bit of aggression coming in by, I believe, Maniac, but he falls back off just as he was about to actually be exposed to his opponent, so maybe the timing working slightly in his favour. But yeah, EPSILON going to be able to at least take control of Banana now. CT side have just decided to give this one up. LDLC happy enough with conceding that. Cosmin trying to find the opening kill over towards A. Will spot out one player, but he doesn't really get too much found. As right now, EPSILON still a lot of time to work with, and also a decent amount of map control. Looks like they will just try and get themselves control of brackets now. And if they go towards A, this is going to be the correct decision. Only 2 players on this side of the map, and Krav being one of those. Will be spotted out up on top of the balcony early on and receives a bit of damage off of Cosmin.
Yeah, LDLC, remember, have kept a fair few MP9s here, so they won't necessarily be expecting to win this round, but Krav gets an easy frag. Even the stand-in can get that one. The MP9 struggling to get the kill, but eventually finds it, and Krav gets another headshot. Very nicely done from him. Doubles down on the round. And again, another showing from the last-minute sub, I guess you could say. He's actually managed to find a couple of kills in the last few rounds. And there we go, LDLC get another round on the board.
Can we get a God Krav spam in the chat, please?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, LDLC claiming the lead for the first time in quite a while, I believe, since maybe the middle of the first half after they lost that 4-0 lead. But yeah, LDLC should have a good position here to get themselves up to 11, with only pistols once again being available for EPSILON, and only even 2 players going to go ahead and invest into Kevlar. Krav with the op opens it up. Existence with an aggressive push. He's been having a great performance so far, and he continues to do so as he takes down Robin. EPSILON with 3 players remaining, and the bomb all the way back towards the ramp still. Where will they eventually take this one? And it seems like they will be just taken to the grave, but Chak through the smoke takes down one. Surreal catches Existence also. LDLC, they need to be careful here. They don't want to be losing too many of these weapons. Luckily enough, neither has been retrieved yet by the EPSILON players, so they will just still be working with these pistols. But Devil solo towards being a very aggressive position. If he falls, even if he just takes one and then dies, Plant's looking likely. So here we go. He gets both. He gets the spray down, so we don't really have to worry about that one.
Yeah, LDLC will be very thankful he got both those kills there, because that could have got dangerous. But here it is again. Krav with the AWP. To be fair, I mean, he's got 8 kills. That's not awful. He's actually not the bottom fragger right now. Robin on EPSILON has less than him, so clearly not being awful. But the question is, can Krav out-AWP Smooya? I mean, that's yet to be seen. I feel like it's unlikely, but with Krav being on the CT side, he gets to hold the angles. Maybe his reactions will be good enough to get the frags.
He's a god, let's be real. He's gonna get a 3k this round, I can feel it, but look
almost
at this by LDLC. Look at this aggressive push. Devil through the smoke just spams down Robin. As mentioned, he is currently the bottom performer on EPSILON and being taken through the smoke. He's not going to be happy about that one at all. Smooya had a nice chance there actually to manage to return it on towards Alex, but sadly did not connect that shot. Alex, realising there's an op posted up on that position, decides to just bail out and go back towards the A-bomb side. And it's actually Alex now with the op. Krav's going to get taken down just after swapping weapons, as Cosmin from the apartments is going to be able to find that headshot. And now on a 4-on-4 EPSILON, grouping up towards A, it seems. And right now, only 2 players in position to try and hold this one down. Alex, low HP with the op, pushing forward, will be caught. Surreal finds that opening, and now it's all up to Existence on the bomb site as he falls to Chak, and a 2-on-4 now for LDLC. It is going to be a very difficult retake, which I don't even know if it's really worth going for.
Yeah, probably not at this point. EPSILON even have a lot of utility left, which means it's almost impossible for LDLC. Smooya does miss that shot. There was a chance there for Maniac, but he misses on the frag. So LDLC will now decide to fall back. And I'm just disappointed we didn't really get to see Krav with that AWP. He gives it over to Alex. I mean, that's pretty BM. I feel like Krav would have got the job done. Hashtag justice for Krav.
I think it was more of a Bogdan. I think it was because Alex had been tagged out quite heavily. He was down to roughly 30 or so, so I guess they just swapped Krav. We saw him hit a few nice shots with the rifle. Alex, he's definitely capable with the up. I've seen him using it a few times before, so I guess they were just going to give that a go. We saw Alex, he tried for the aggressive push, sadly didn't connect a shot, and because of that, with 2 Ts just pushing him down, he was just instantly dropped, and because of that, the A-bomb site going in control of EPSILON, and you can see the outcome of that is EPSILON able to claim themselves that 10th round, and now LDLC, still plenty of economy to buy into this one, so they'll be looking to try and reset the economy of EPSILON, and if they're able to do so, they'll still be in a very solid position, so this should be a pretty important round coming out, and interestingly enough, Devil, he'll be the one picking up that up for LDLC.
Everyone's giving it a go. It'll be Maniac next. We'll have to wait and see how Devil does with it. Maybe if he starts to get a few kills, then he will stick with it. He's currently over towards the B side of the map. It looks like they want to leave Devil solo holding B. He's currently in towards CT as well. He could be easily taken out, but Cosmine, speaking of taking out, takes LDLC out of the round entirely. He spots out that boost and manages to get both kills in towards Apps, and this is just absolute domination on the A site. I mean, that all happened in a matter of seconds, and Devil's wondering what the hell has just happened on the A site. He's got nothing to do with the AWP. Oh, Devil misses the shot as well, so he's not even going to get to save it. Surreal spraying him down. That's got to be disheartening for LDLC there, just losing the A site so quickly. And you can see what it means for them. This buy is going to be subpar. You can see a couple of SMGs alongside the CZs. Maybe they can catch a few players out, depending on how EPSILON play the round. The nades are going to go down mid, and Smooya could be in trouble here. A couple of players, in fact, are down in towards T-ramp. It's Robin who's forced back, but Sak has already got a couple of kills. He's eventually traded on, but Robin in position. And Existence may have an AK, but he doesn't have any health as Cosmine takes him down. And to be fair, Cosmine has stepped up in the recent rounds. He's actually catching Smooya in terms of frags now. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think Smooya's got a kill on this second half up until this point. A little bit unfortunate for him because he had such a great first half, but still stuck at 21 kills. But here we go, another AWPer for LDLC. This time, Existence is going to enter the ring. This has been 4 separate players AWPing, and Existence is going to prove it is 4th time lucky as he finally wins an AWP fight for the LDLC side. Interestingly, Existence is going to go back towards Banana. That might be a good read as well. Depending on if EPSILON peek here, he could be good for a second frag. Existence manages to do so. Surreal had the AWP in hand, and yet he gets taken out of the round. And maybe Existence is the AWPer LDLC were looking for. It is worth pointing out LDLC don't have much utility left. But with the 2-man advantage, that shouldn't be a massive consideration for them. With 55 seconds left, EPSILON are going to, by the looks of things, hit this B site. Existence has rotated back. He wants to be unpredictable with that AWP, but unfortunately for him, that means he won't be at B in time for the hold. So EPSILON going to push through, and they're going to push through their own CT smoke. The flank going to come in from Cosmine. He is in ruins right now, and Robin gets a very quick entry. That was an important frag to find, but Maniac is still here. Maniac dancing around the box. Oh, T-Sac gets the quick trade, though. I thought Maniac was in position for a double there, but T-Sac reacts quickly. Having said that, he's out in the open, but Cosmine manages to get the frag. Alex is going to get the trade back, and Alex gets that second headshot. That is what he was looking for. EPSILON there bring it incredibly close, and Alex there was deliberating whether he should save that second AWP, and eventually he decided to do so. So LDLC, they're willing to go for the 2 AWPs, even though they are missing their primary AWPer. Twanu not here today. We'll get to see who gets that AWP for their side, though, because Existence will certainly be keeping his, you would think. And it looks like Devil's going to have the second. I guess that makes sense. Devil seemed to be AWPing a fair bit earlier. Either way, Epsilon still have money for a buy here. So 12-12, everything to play for into round 25.
Yeah, by no means are either of these players bad uppers, so it'll be interesting to see what they can get done. Well, now, Epsilon being able to get themselves up to a 12-12 scoreline, of course, LDLC. Let's see what they're going to be able to return it now. Been able to at least take one, but they need to try and chain them together. Otherwise, it will be an economic reset coming in, which would not be good for LDLC this late into the game. If they do end up having to go for an eco, likely Epsilon going to be able to run away with a very solid lead. As right now, it seems to be just a fairly standard default by Epsilon, just going for the map control, looking to try and take over both Banana and Apartments, and maybe later on mid if they decide to do so. But for now, 3 players actually focused over towards Banana, where we only see Devil with that op trying to actually hold this B bomb site. Makes the shot against Smooya, will give away his position, and the smoke goes down and actually cuts him off. So if they wanted, Epsilon could take over this B bomb site, but without the bomb, seems like for now they will be just backing off and reapproaching this round a little bit later. Still nearly a minute, of course, to work with.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to group up, as you were saying. Epsilon, they haven't really taken all of the time in the round that often, and that will continue to be the case. They're going to go with 40 seconds left on towards B. You can see the positioning from LDLC not really on point. Devil hoping to get lucky through the smoke, but with the AWP, there's nothing for him to do. Krav's going to go aggressive. He's just run through the smoke. I mean, it was ambitious from Krav. I didn't really see any nades to help him out either, and it's not going to work out for LDLC. They lose the site, they don't find any frags, and that is the round done and dusted.
Yeah, the only positive I can really see is that they actually may still be able to save the double up setup, but as I say that, the hunt is coming in. Smooya, interestingly enough, with his own up, going to be hunting this one down. Finds one, but falls to Alex. I'm not sure if that's quite worth it. Epsilon, they do have a decent amount of economy, I guess, but I'm not sure if it's really worth throwing away an op for that. But yeah, 2 ops still available for LDLC. Still looking to try and save these. Alex, he's still in a bit of a danger zone right now. There is a lot of terrorists kind of lurking around his position. But we should see Devil definitely saving that op into the following round. And seems like Alex will also be able to do so. So a bit of a positive for LDLC. But other than that, I don't know what they're going to have to really back this one up. Seems like it will be just pistols.
Yeah, we've seen the AWPs thrown around on the LDLC side. They're going to have to step up in this round. It's Alex and Devil this time around. So even though Existence is the only one who's really found success with the AWP, this time it's not going to be him with it. Alex and Devil stick with the ones they saved. And Alex is going aggressive into Apartments. That is very unorthodox. He's going to be picked off early on. Krav, in the meantime, did get a kill back. He gets an AK, but not for too long, because Cosmine is managing to get the trade quite quickly there. Good to see Epsilon be close enough to ensure, the AK isn't recovered. And Cosmine, he has really stepped up on this T side. Another entry on towards A, and I think he's just won them the round straight up here. 4v2, there's nothing LDLC can do.
Yeah, honestly, that may even be the game, because in the upcoming round LDLC, they're not going to have any money still to work with. And then likely Epsilon going to be at least able to take map point. LDLC, then they will only have to pick up 3 rounds in a row, of course, to go to overtime. But right now, Epsilon are looking like the better team. We've seen them having a lot of success on this T side. And right now, it will be Devil and Maniac at least trying to save something into the following so that they have some sort of weaponry to work with. Maniac, of course, only having the CZ, the main goal right now to save is to make sure that Devil can carry this up over. You see Maniac is going to be holding towards CT, so he can at least give a bit of an early warning to his teammate, but he won't be able to find anything. Smooya finds that quick headshot, and now Devil being the last man standing, going to be difficult for him to try and save this one. If he takes down Smooya, maybe he can do so, but let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Gets the first. Robin still up close though. Smoke goes down, and this could get close right now. This is going to get a little bit awkward, just playing around the smoke. Nice shot onto Jack, actually, towards Banana. And I think that will allow for it, indeed, to be saved over into the following round. So, Devil, really nice job saving there. He was completely surrounded, just threw it on a smoke, managed to get a kill from above, and then just hitting it, and was able to run the time down long enough for him to actually carry that one over. So, LDLC, looks like they will actually maybe just go for the eco. They might go ahead and just try and play for her.
Yeah, not a terrible idea at this point. To be honest, the buy would not have been great, and they still have the 1 AWP that's going to get boosted up. I was going to say that, but Devil decides now to fall back. He's still going to hold this somewhat aggressive angle, though, back on the site. And there it is. Devil gets the first kill. EPSILON are going very fast pace here. This is somewhat strange, but Devil gets destroyed by Robin. The AKs have just found all of the frags. They carve open that B bomb site. As soon as Devil went down, it was only pistol players left, and TSAC gets one through the smoke. Oh, tapping away for the final frag. And, I mean, LDLC, sure, they still have a buy in hand. However, considering they need 3 in a row just to secure overtime on their own map pick, it's not looking great for their chances in the overall series. So here we go. Round number 28 could be the final round of this first map. EPSILON on the verge of scraping this first map away from them, and TSAC gets another frag there. Alex out towards mid is looking for a gap in the smoke. I don't think he's going to find it. Cosmine just rips his head off there. There's a player up close, but Smooya's going to take him down. And Existence has been the one shining light for LDLC in this map. But he's going to have to win a 1v4 to make this doable. He does get the first, but takes so much damage in the process. And there it is. Smooya comes in on 4 HP to close out the map. It is indeed EPSILON to take this first. Let's throw it back to the desk and see what they have to think about it.
There you have it, 16-12 for EPSILON after the first map on Inferno, which was picked by LDLC, and they managed to take the first map, as some here said that EPSILON is going to win.
Yeah, but
not you.
You're wrong with your
but
score.
Not you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
I said 16-9, but yeah. Disregarding that, I mean, once again, EPSILON really playing well on the other side. LDLC seems like same kind of story like they had against QB Fire. Again, 12 rounds for them. It was their pick. They kind of looked unorganized on, I would say, on their T side once again. And seems like there's a bit of a problem there because, yeah, on the other side, EPSILON, yeah, played really well, had really good timings. Everything was working out for them, but LDLC couldn't really bring a fight to them.
I mean, LDLC won pistol round and they won next 2 rounds anti-Eco round, one versus force buy, one versus Eco. They won pretty easily, and they won 4th. And they start. I thought it will be a really good match for them, but on the end of the map, one player had 9 frags in total. So for 28 rounds, right? It's too low amount of frag. It's like every 3rd round you make kill, or every 4th round actually. So I mean, you cannot play with 4 players, and Existence played. I mean, he's not there to frag, right? And you need your players to step up. Another thing, Smooya played pretty good. I mean, he had 27 frags on the end, and one round they won. It was Eco. It was on 5-0. On the first half, he had some pretty amazing headshots with Deagle on B side, and that round maybe broke not economy, but they broke momentum from LDLC, and then just from that point on, they start struggling. Yeah,
seems like LDLC, as we just saw, is playing without Tuanu. I don't know if it's their manager, but Krav had really underwhelming game. Yeah, 9 frags at the end, and maybe that's what was missing. AWP player that is usually their impact player that is opening the map as well. Like 9-6 half for EPSILON, and then when you have like 6 rounds on T side, it's not that bad on Inferno, right? But you need more, especially from a mastermind as is Existence.
It's bad when you have 5-0 and you end up with 6 rounds on the end. I mean, you must have more rounds in the end, and it's worse. The worst thing it could happen to your team is when you, for that match, you stand in maybe. It doesn't matter if you had entry frag remove or anything, but when you have another AWP player on your team, it's really hard to adapt with him because not everybody plays on same style, aggressive, maybe some like more to peek, to maybe pick with flash and etc. Toy now is really great opener, and he's really missing. I mean, his
Yeah,
absence on
I
server.
mean, this is not so good story for LDLC if they're playing with their coach.
Yeah.
And now they don't have a dedicated opera as well. On the other side, EPSILON in full lineup. I wanted to say Smuya in full lineup. EPSILON in full lineup. They have really good chances of taking this on Mirage as well. So maybe your prediction at the start of the game would come true, 2-0 for EPSILON. But before we go into Mirage, we are going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going into analysis of Mirage. So stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Farmskins Championship Season 2, also a qualifier for IEM Katowice. 16 teams already fighting their way through GSL format group stage, and only 4 of them will advance through to the playoffs, where 4 invited teams will await them, or are waiting them currently. So it's going definitely to be interesting. A winner gets that one slot that is remaining for IEM Katowice, and a lot of teams want that one spot to and chance to prove themselves on a big stage.
Yep.
And Rema, together with me, Hogar. So this is second map for this best of 3, and it's Mirage. We said LDLC playing without Tuanu. Don't know what's happening with him. Maybe health issues. Maybe he's not home. He's not ready. Exams. Anything that happened at this point. Yeah. But again, LDLC starting with a deficit. I would say nothing against their coach, but seems like he hasn't played any game as seen on HLTV. This is his first official, but otherwise. We saw what happened when Malik had to play for MVS at Major. It's not really that good to play as and stand in as a coach. But what can you do when...
I want to say something about that. I mean, they have mentality. Everybody thinks he's coach, he knows tactics, he knows rotation. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's better to put some player who's a really good player, not just mediocre or retired player, right, who is coach. So I mean, basically you can put that player some rotation, you can play. I mean, player is a mix. If that's still more better, just play on info, like than play with the coach who didn't really play the official game or really didn't play anything except face it. I mean, for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't always look that good, especially for coaches, because they always get flame. You know, we know how CSGO community can be harsh, but again, he's trying to do his best and help his team out. Unfortunately for them, this is elimination match, so if they lose this second map, they're out of the tournament as well. So a lot on the line for LDLC. Hopefully they can bounce back on Mirage, but we'll see if it's going to be that easy, especially when you are going on EPSILON's pick, Mirage, and they have all players ready. We saw them; they are fragging left and right. Everyone's in the mood basically. So now that we didn't know that they are playing with coach before the game, but now I think you're going to change your prediction, right?
No, we'll stick with the existence.
That's not happening, right?
Yeah, what can I do? I'm following him for a couple of years now. I mean, 10 years, maybe less. So
you still think he can win even with coach without his upper?
Yeah, 2 masterminds coming together, right?
Are you sober?
Coach and yeah.
I mean, I actually don't see it happening. Even though I love him, I love existence and what he brought to the scene back. We know when he played for Very Games, Titan, and everything. But I don't think that's enough for them to take on EPSILON, especially because they're now in that momentum or honeymoon period, as we like to call it. They're even better and better after each game, and seems like they play quite well together and they mash together, as some would say. But Mirage is... Let's talk a bit about the map itself. Like we said a couple of times, pretty important for Mirage is that mid control. Usually you could see cities trying to retake it, or at the beginning trying to rush down middle to take maybe aggressive control. One guy stays in window, tries to spray to smoke on top mid. 2 guys can approach mid from the lower part of the mid, let's call it that, or from connector. It's easier, and try to take that control of mid. But what's the best response to that from Tees? Do they wait for them at the beginning of B house or entrance of B house, or they go aggressive A if they have to
go aggressive first 1 or 2 times if it's first half? I mean, for sure, don't give it up such easily. I mean, you need to fight for it, and if in case you cannot win like that, wait, throw some late flashes or deny them with nades and fall back. Anything can happen, but the thing is, I think LDLC will have need to change their approach for this game because they don't have a primary open, right? So probably they will more play. They will play more like strats on A, throw smokes, or some strats on how to attack approach B because they don't have an opper who can go middle and just like get 1 or 2 kills.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's going definitely to be tough. That's why I'm still sticking with EPSILON. I think they can take this one. Seems like we're ready to go live in about 40 seconds. So let's start with predictions.
16-13 LDLC. I'm still sticking with that score.
16-8 EPSILON. 16-8 EPSILON, 16-13 LDLC. Okay, I mean it's questionable if they manage to do it. Congrats to them.
You never know.
I would never doubt them again, but it's definitely going to be tough. We're ready to go live for the second match of this second map of this best of 3 series between LDLC and EPSILON, and that map is Mirage. Boys that will bring you the action are Dean and Hoka.
Thank you, Rema. We are here for the second map. LDLC again going up against EPSILON, but it's their lives that are on the line. LDLC going to need to steal EPSILON's map pick away from them here on Mirage. And the one thing I will say is that this EPSILON lineup is fairly new, fairly fresh. They've been picking Mirage fairly often, but not necessarily getting the results all the time. So even though LDLC aren't a great Mirage team, there might still be an opening for them here. We'll have to wait and see, depending on how this game plays out.
I think something that they definitely will be lacking, though, not having Twanu, having Kraven instead, is just that dedicated upper. Like, mid control is just so important on this map, both on the CT and the T side. Of course, you can do it with the rifles if you're willing to use a lot of utility also to do so. Smokes towards window, connector, short, or whatever as well. But it is just going to make it a little bit more difficult, which is probably not something they want since they're already working with a stand-in.
Yeah, we did see Existence have a couple of nice, well, 1 or 2 nice rounds with the AWP, but he never really had it consistently enough to see if he could put out that output all the time. So, yet to be seen whether LDLC will have the AWP, but as you were saying, it is quite important, but there are other ways to play Mirage, it's just that it does limit your options. Either way, we're heading underway here. Sap gonna get the smoke and kit for EPSILON. Existence has a set of nades for LDLC. He's currently leaning over towards B, but it looks like the rest of the team might be going for the mid presence, and the peek comes in. Smooya caught off guard. That's a solid setup from LDLC. There's nothing Smooya can really do there against 2 players, and that's an easy pick for LDLC. And to be honest, EPSILON there, Smooya was just solo pushing up mid. He didn't really have the support he needed.
Yeah, a little bit too aggressive. Maybe if he had some support, maybe from Robin or something. I think Robin was really in a position only to support if the T's pushed Smooya, if they were the ones to actually peek out mid. So the fact that Smooya went alone, those 2 players just being in perfect positions, elevated, one above, one below. Not really much Smooya could do. Even if he got 1 kill, he would have instantly been treated, which does actually tend to favour the T side in a 4-on-4. So let's see what LDLC do now. Looks like they may be favouring towards the A bomb site, player in underpass 3 out top mid and 1 towards the Palace.
Yeah, that mid-presence has been gained, so the A-split should be quite easy, considering it is only really Surreal here. But he's already decided to fall back, so the bomb will go down, and EPSILON will see what they can do. I think they were expecting a push in towards CT, but it hasn't come, so now EPSILON are forced to come forwards, and Alex only going to get the 1 kill, but it does slow things down. And you can see on the minimap, LDLC in very, very passive positions. The bomb is planted so openly that they can't afford to be all the way back. Having said that, Robin's going to get that frag, and oh, the defuse is coming in the midst of the smoke. They only have Glocks. Zach is just going to stick it. I think he might have it, but no. LDLC just about take him down. My goodness, that must have been incredibly close, though, with that kit.
Oh, yeah, that must have been very close. Devil just wildly spamming with the Glock there, finding those final 3 kills. Being a devil to EPSILON right there as he just completely shuts it down. And LDLC getting off to a good start. This is definitely what they need. We saw it on Inferno. It wasn't enough that time. Let's see if they'll be able to do so this time. Of course, they do still have to actually try and stand up against these pistols, and they will be just looking to go for a fast B push, it seems. Alex, really the one leading the way, actually gets blinded by himself, and Also some nice flashes coming in by EPSILON to delay the push even further. There's Jack up close now with the CZ. This is a weapon that can get a lot of damage found, but Devil, he opens it up onto Cosmin. Jack on the bomb site, not going to get anything done either, and Existence is able to burn Surreal alive. LDLC, this should be the round now going in their favour, as only Smooya and Robin remain. Smooya will be found by Existence.
Yeah, and he spots out the second, actually a third kill on the round for Existence. He got a molly kill earlier on, and a very easy 2-0 lead for LDLC. They've been very good at converting pistol rounds for what it's worth. They won 2 back on Inferno as well, so currently 3 for 3 on the pistols, but that hasn't really translated into enough round wins to get maps on the boards. I mean, it's only been Inferno, but let's see how it makes a difference here into Mirage. Mid-present's going to come out early. The bomb has been left behind. So LDLC will probably take this round a little bit more slowly. They are up against a slight investment. It's Smooya who's gone for the Desert Eagle. He is down to $1,400, so the buy in the next round for him might not be all that premium. However, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. He could go down to an ump if necessary. Either way, we're going to see the fights come in, and Alex takes a tiny bit of damage, but certainly dishes out more than he was dealt. Robin, though, nearly had the chance for a frag there. Existence with the ump, however, gets a couple of headshots. Again, very easy for LDLC.
Yeah, as expected, but not really much been really in play for EPSILON. Oh, never mind. Smooya going to be able to at least find one. It's going to be able to at least find one there. Ideally, would have wanted to find a couple more, cause some more damage. LDLC, they'll be happy enough if they only lose one player in this round. And Cosmin right now probably should be looking to maybe try and find 1 or 2 more exits if it's possible.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Smooya gets the $300 kill reward as well, which is actually kind of important because now he's up to $1,700, almost the same as the rest of his teammates. So that does make a decent difference just to make sure he can get a slightly better buy into this next round. I know $300 doesn't sound like a lot, but it certainly can be very important, especially on these initial gun rounds, where oftentimes you are fairly limited. Cosmin will get 1 kill there. It's only an ump that he can recover, but it could still be useful if he drops it to a teammate. Or if he finds a frag with it, that would be more money, but the flank comes in. Krav was very low on health. That was risky from him to go out into the open, but it doesn't end up costing them. A 3-0 lead for LDLC as expected, and, well, TSAC is going to go down to a UMP, so they do get a few more nades on the board, but you can see Smooya, having bought up that Deeg, now can't afford any utility alongside his purchase of the rifle. It's going to be LDLC fairly spread out, although they don't have anyone watching in towards A ramp. They're going to go for the mid presence, but Cosmin gets that first kill out towards mid, and he just falls back fairly easily. Existence, in fact, had the AWP in hand, but he missed that shot on towards Cosmin. So again, maybe not having that primary AWP does somewhat cost the team early on. Smoke comes in towards window. Ooh, TSAC got picked off out towards B, so Cosmin has to lock this down, but he will do so with ease. Finding that headshot brings it back into the man advantage for EPSILON, and Smooya trying to play this gap in the smoke. Existence is going to go down here. Surely he will be spotted. Yes, he is. Smooya going to find a fairly easy frag, and Smooya even doubles down. Just Devil left. Ooh, quick headshot for the first. Unfortunately for him, the bomb has been left back towards top mid. So with 45 seconds left, he has to speed this up. Out comes the jump, and ooh, Smooya gets caught off guard there. The AWP was trying to lock down that angle, but Devil managed to jump around. And Devil in towards jungle could get another one-on-one fight. This is very dangerous now. Devil finds another headshot. 25 seconds left, and EPSILON have thrown away the lead they had. It's back to a 1v1 because they were taking one-on-one fights, and Devil, I don't know if he has time to get to a site, but he could play for the frag. He's looking to turn back around. 12 seconds left. Robin is running away. Devil just doesn't have time. Finally, he realizes it, but it's just too late. Nothing Devil can do. Unfortunately for him, EPSILON will still win the round. Having said that, Devil did a lot of damage there and even gets to save the AWP at the end. So all things considered, Devil certainly did all he could. So after that extended round, we get EPSILON now forced back down to another poor buy. Sack and Surreal with a couple of umps. And this is all thanks to the damage that Devil did. So if LDLC win this round now, they are back in great shape. Flash goes over the top. Smooya is playing up close, and oh, he should get this frag. Spots the gun barrel. And Existence didn't have any backup in towards Palace. Having said that, Alex is going to come in for the flank. It's quickly back to a 3-on-3. Alex is going to come forwards, but he doesn't check the right angle. And Smooya has recovered the AWP in towards Palace. He's going to go aggressive, and he gets a frag. It's still back to a 1v1, though. Maniac finds the quick trade, and TSAC wasn't in position to take him down. Now it's all up to the mind games. Maniac has no information. He's going to run in towards CT, but SAC will certainly hear this. This should be easy for TSAC. Oh no, Maniac wins that fight! What the hell? TSAC heard the steps, spots him out, and yet Maniac gets such a quick dink that nothing could be done. The Greek player loses the one-on-one. And LDLC now are certainly in control of the economy, as is shown by EPSILON's very, very poor buy. In fact, EPSILON have gone for a force here for quite a few players. It's only Cosmine who hasn't fully bought up. This could get out of hand for EPSILON if they're not careful. The nade in towards mid going to do some damage. TSAC's going to push through B. Spots the head. And Maniac is going to be taken down. That's TSAC getting revenge for that previous one-on-one lost. But Existence finds the spam through. TSAC is still holding B. Oh, TSAC gets 3 frags. And there it is. Devil managed to do damage last time around, but he's got a 1v4 to play from. Turned quickly into a 1 versus 3. Cosmine's the only man with a rifle, so maybe there's a chance for Devil again. He's got a lot to do here. 55 seconds left, so the time certainly somewhat on his side. Ooh, he tried to fake the drop down there, but I don't think that would have been heard by EPSILON. TSAC is very low on health as well, so he can't afford to overface as Devil spots the first. Not going to get the frag though, and Cosmine is up close. In comes the spray down. And so unfortunately for Devil, no chance this time around. He gets finished off, and I believe that just a small thing. I think Cosmine left behind his AK for TSAC to recover, and then he went to get Devil's AK. So just a nice little extra maneuver to recover one more gun at the end of the round. And heading into the 7th, it's LDLC now on the back foot. The economy game on both sides has been very, very fragile to start off this map. And that trend continues here because EPSILON are the only ones with any money in the bank, and yet all they have is a couple of $1,000 between them. Blast through the smoke. Very basic, but it might just work because TSAC again goes aggressive and again gets caught. Push is going to come in towards B. They have 1 AK recovered now on the LDLC side, but there are still 2 CTs here. One of them being Cosmine, who's going to get 3 kills. Cosmine not going to get the 4th as Maniac finishes him off. But in comes Robin to secure the round. And there we go. EPSILON managed to put their mark down. That should be them now starting to build an economic lead, as long as they don't lose any rifles here, which should be okay into this 8th round. They're only up against a few pistols, so this is the chance for EPSILON to really start to try and build up some cash. Let's see if they can win this round as cleanly as possible. Well, Smooya hunting frags. I don't think he needs to push up top mid against the pistols, and, well, he decides eventually to fall back. TSAC gets the first, but Maniac is on the A site. How has that happened then? I guess he walked through Palace. Nonetheless, the round is going to go the way of EPSILON, so no massive issue. They save 4 rifles, and EPSILON finally gaining a slight lead in terms of money, but again, it's still quite fragile on either side. Here we go, round 9, and Smooya with the AWP going aggressive towards mid. Gets that opening kill. He's stuck in towards underpass, which could be an issue. but for the time being, he will stay safe. In the meantime, Devil's pushed out towards A. It's going to be a quick A split, and Devil gets the first kill. Robin, though, locks down Connector, and that is the bomb dropped. Not only does he cut off one side of the pincer, but he also controls the bomb. And that might just have won the round. Two fairly standard kills from Robin, to be honest. He just caught them off guard by playing in Connector. And Smooya, you don't want to risk giving away your AWP here, do you? He's on the big flank. Devil trying to bait out the shot, does so, peeks out, and does drop the AWP down. Very strange decision-making there. I just don't think Smooya needs to make that play. Maybe a little over-aggressive, and wait, how is Maniac here? Cosme gonna catch him in the back. That's a little bit awkward. Devil now the one man left. Feels like Devil is consistently the last man left alive, and unfortunately for him, he's consistently left in almost unwinnable positions. He does go down and does lose the AWP, which gets recovered by Robin. So Smooya's over-aggression doesn't cost him this time around. But it is certainly worth pointing out that on the EPSILON side of things, it's Cosme currently leading the way with 13 frags. I said at the start of the day I wanted him to step up, and he has done just that for EPSILON. Either way, here goes the classic LDLC buy. One rifle alongside the pistols. Devil has invested all his money and they're going to look to overwhelm A, but Cosme picks him off. Cosme gets a second. He's just shut down the push. It's a third for Cosme. He really is showing up in a big way here on Mirage so far. And if he can consistently, or more consistently, hit this sort of level, that gives EPSILON another way that they can get these wins. In the past, it's really been Smooya, for the most part, hard carrying them, in the recent games at least. But Cosme, I've always said, I think he certainly has the potential to be a star player, and it's good to see him finally proving that, as Smooya, he looks like he's lost his head, honestly. Like, he's out towards mid there. I think he missed the jump early, and that allows Alex to punish him. 2 quick kills. Yeah, it really seems like Smooya just consistently is wanting to go aggressive. Surreal up close in the smoke does get the headshot. So there's 1 kill back for EPSILON, but still a man disadvantage. Oof, Existence misses the shot there with the AWP he picked up. That was a chance to gain a big advantage, but the B site is open. Maniac might just get a free frag. Indeed, he does. And Robin now has to try and find something, find anything, but... Oh, what? Robin gets 2 kills! He was nearly taken down there, but manages to turn it around, and Robin! Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to get another. Alex taken down incredibly low. And out of nowhere, it's back to a 2v2. Surreal brings it to a 1-on-1. Existence is in towards Apps, though. He has a good angle for the bomb, but the molly goes in. He might be forced back. He goes aggressive. Surreal has the chance now, but Existence, staying safe. Oh! Okay, then. Existence just straight up peeks on towards Surreal. That's ridiculous. That's just not fair. Surreal just done out of the round. And LDLC managed to hold on. But again, very, very close. This has been a very, very close game so far. And that might just continue. Buys for both teams again. Ooh, Alex hits Surreal, but doesn't do that much damage, surprisingly. Down to 40 HP. Again, it's just all action here. LDLC going for the mid presence, but Robin's going to get an opening kill. Cosme spots the bomb. What is Krav doing? That cannot have been the call. I don't think he realized he had the bomb there. The bomb just gifted to EPSILON. And LDLC looking a little bit sloppy in some of these rounds now. Ooh, T-Sack gets a quick headshot back, surviving on 1 HP. I thought he was in trouble there, standing somewhat out in the open. It goes against him, and T-Sack gets another frag. It's a little disappointing for Alex, up against a player on 1 point of health. And again, Devil is left versus the world. A 1v4, again quickly turned into a 1-on-3. I guess the one chance for him is the fact that there are some low players on the opposite side, and ooh, Smooya loses his head through the smoke. 35 seconds though, so Devil really needs to speed this up now. Gonna go back out towards mid. The bomb is currently out towards short, so he has to go so quickly. I don't think Devil can afford to be walking here. The time is starting to tick down. He doesn't want to get caught out though. Now he's gonna make some noise coming in towards B, but T-Sac holding with the AWP finds an easy kill and a triple kill to close things out for him. Good job on the B site. And it looks as though, finally, again, LDLC's economy has been brutalized. Back down to just pistols. And this is almost a full investment from LDLC. Gonna try and go for the quick B play. Smoke for the incendiary, but T-Sac has been on point on the B site. He's gonna get the first kill, gets a second. He hears the steps, but Smooya is the man to assist him. And there it is. T-Sac alongside his team clean up the round with ease. Very cheeky 3K from him on the B hold. And remember, as I was saying, LDLC almost fully invested there. So it's looking like EPSILON are really going to get off to a decent lead here on their CT side. Already a 3-round deficit, and it might be extended further. Oh, Smooya goes jumping out towards mid. Again, up against pistols. I don't think you need to make that play. But Smooya clearly wants to make it work, and he nearly gets the third. Will not miss on the second time of asking. And Cosmin gets the final 2 kills. I mean, that was flashy from Smooya, but again, I want to point out, Cosmin has been the real standout player for EPSILON here on Mirage. 20 kills already. Having a similar performance to what Smooya had on the first half back on Inferno. Good to see someone else leading the way for the EPSILON side. And again, you also have to remember, LDLC won the pistol round. So that just shows the incredible dominance from EPSILON in these gun rounds. And it's this time Surreal on the AWP to get the first kill. LDLC gonna go for the push out towards A, but Smooya is also in position. The AWP's doing it all. And Maniac is the only man left. That's gonna be a 10th on the half. It's as simple as that. Honestly, these rounds at the end of the half have looked really poor for LDLC. They've just been shut down before they can even really get towards the site. Maniac left in a 1-on-4. As I was saying, there's no way he wins this, let's be honest. The question is, will it be all the kills for the AWPers? Surreal already has 3. Smooya has 1. He switched away from it, but Surreal could have lined up the kill through the smoke, but Smooya steals it away. 10-5 at the half, and it feels as though EPSILON might be able to close this series out 2-0 at this point. Again, remember, Krav, the stand-in for LDLC, so even though you see his poor performance, it's a little unfortunate for them having to play with their analyst. Not too much they can do about that. They're just having to try and play around him. Try and accommodate him as best as they can, but clearly EPSILON are having the better time of it so far. Either way, heading into the second half, remember, LDLC have had most of their success in winning the pistol rounds. So we'll have to see if they can continue that, or if EPSILON will crack the curse. It's been 3 pistol rounds out of 3 for LDLC thus far. However, this time around, EPSILON are going to walk in towards the B side of the map. It could still be dangerous, though, because at the start of the round, LDLC had a stack, and they still have 2 players here. Alex is holding, but Crab gets taken down quickly. Trade's going in favor of EPSILON as Existence tries to get into position. Oh, Existence gets 2 quick kills. Oh, makes it a 3rd. Existence is going off. And it's only T-Sac left, 1 versus 2. He's going to get caught on the site, out in the open. And, well, Existence just pulls his team through that pistol. He was the one exceptional performer for LDLC back on Inferno. He's looking to continue that for the CT side of Mirage. Very nice shots there. That third frag made all the difference. It made it so much easier on the retake. And, well, LDLC keep their flawless pistol streak alive. 4 in a row. Having said that, EPSILON, even though they lose the pistol, aren't done yet. They are going to go for the force buy. And, well, Smooya does have an AK, and I guess on the T side, he is even more free to go for the aggression. We already saw him be aggressive on the CT side. Smooya out towards mid, gets that first kill. Alex potentially over-facing there. He thought he was going to come out on top because he had the scouts, but he didn't realize it was a force. So EPSILON, they've got the free pick, but now the game is given up. LDLC know it's a force buy, and they can try and play around that. Krav into Biap, spots the man, only the 1 kill, but at the same time, it's only his 2nd kill of the map, so gotta give him some credit. Push gonna come out towards B, and Surreal hears the steps. That allows him an easy frag, and Robin will also chime in. That is the B site completely overwhelmed, and that is the risk of giving up the mid presence on the CT side of Mirage. A very easy split towards the B site, and LDLC just didn't have the players watching the positions. Maniac's going to get the 1 exit kill, but to be honest, at this point, EPSILON might just come out to an insurmountable lead. Ooh, Cosme, not the best time to reload. However, he pulls out his gun, gets that kill, and EPSILON managed to close out that round. And just look at the money on the LDLC side. The buy is going to come in, but it's not going to look great. Looks like Alex is going to go aggressive towards mid, try and get something to go his way. It's all rifles on the EPSILON side. Ooh, Smooya's nade does huge damage to Krav. Ooh, Devil manages to spot him, though. Again, just not needed from Smooya. It's pretty frustrating to watch him play like this. He just gives an AK over to Devil and gives away potentially a chance back into the round for LDLC. I said that EPSILON are gaining ground elsewhere. It seems like Smooya's mistakes are never really punished in terms of round losses, but they are still mistakes nonetheless. I mean, Devil's going to get an AK and another frag out of that. 2v3 now. Still wouldn't expect LDLC to have a massive chance here. However, maybe if 1 more kill comes in, we can start to talk about it. With the bomb being planted so open, though, you can see they're already falling back. And, well, Devil gets a 3rd kill, so decent damage done. Remember, EPSILON aren't exactly rolling in the cash right now. Three kills already for Devil. And again, remember, this all stemmed from Smooya giving him the AK at the start of the round. I don't want to be too harsh on him, but it does kind of seem like brainless plays from Smooya. There's just no need to risk giving up the AK. T-Sac will upgrade at the end, gets an AK himself. And 12-6 at the current time. A 6-round deficit for LDLC to overcome. With the AK being saved, they could, if they really wanted to, go for a very, very dangerous force. However, they decide against it, which I think is probably the right decision, let's be honest. Is there a rule that Smooya has to rush every round alone? I mean, it seems like it at this point, doesn't it? Maybe he's just trying to even things up. I mean, LDLC are having to play with Krav. He's just a nice guy. Either way, back to the action. Round 19, and EPSILON are going to go for a quick A push. for them. They're not going to run into the AK of Devil just yet. He's out towards mid, but Existence up close is going to get that kill. He's got an AK recovered. Makes it a second frag on the round. Not awful, things considered. EPSILON are low on health, but Maniac makes his position way too obvious with the steps. So Existence may just have to look to hold onto the AK again. Either way, it looks like EPSILON want to get this one over and done with as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I don't think you go for that sort of a rush when you know you're against a full eco. You know you could be against a big stack. And also, you know that there's one AK still on the CT side that you don't really want to run into. Either way, Existence spots another man in the back. So we'll have to see what EPSILON's money looks like. It could be certainly damaged. As Existence, Robin keeps on fighting there, very low on health. I was going to say he could go down to a spam, but manages to stay alive. Either way, we're heading into round 20, and Existence does have that AWP. This is something we talked about for LDLC in the pre-game. Are they going to have the AWPer, which is quite important on Mirage? Existence is looking to step up to the plate, but LDLC going to go for the mid-aggression. Smooya gets picked off early, and T-Sac, despite managing to get the initial trade, eventually falls to the peak of Devil. And after that aggression, LDLC realize they can afford to fall back with the man advantage. I don't know if Maniac spotted Surreal there. Looks like he may not have. Either way, Surreal comes through the connector smoke, and the A site is looking fairly exposed now. Existence does still have the AWP at CT. He might just be able to find a frag, but no, he misses that shot. That is a critical miss for LDLC. The A site is now completely lost, and it looks likely at this point that they should be able to get the bomb down, although Krav does some damage through the smoke, and Krav comes into window and wins the fight against Surreal. So there we go, back to a 2-on-2. Krav has certainly done his job, but Devil still needs to find at least one frag quickly. And Robin and Cosmin are playing very safe, but Devil fakes the bomb. That's going to force the peaks to come out. Cosmin comes in from behind for the first. Might not know the defuse isn't happening, but Cosmin spots out Devil, gets the spray from far away, and EPSILON get their 14th round. Robin was forced to peek there. That costed him his life, but you saw Cosmin was also in position. And just a solid setup. And again, for what it's worth, Cosmin has 27 kills right now. He's on for the 30 bomb. And I mean, considering the rounds that have been played, only 20 so far, that is very, very impressive. Quick trade in towards A ramp. And LDLC are going to be locked out of the A site by the looks of things. Push is already coming in, and LDLC not doing anything about it. Cosmin going aggressive, gets the one kill. He's eventually traded on, but the damage is done. Devil has an AWP in a 1v3, and Smooya's going to hunt him down. Having said that, Devil gets an easy kill. Switches it up to the AK, 1 versus 2. Devil has been doing decently in the clutches, but he's never really been able to properly win one of these 1-on-3s. And that trend will continue because Robin has taken his head clean off. Fortunately for LDLC, it looks as though they're going to go crashing out of this qualifier. And remember, this tournament has the last IEM Katowice spot up for grabs. So LDLC will lose their dreams of going through. There's a little gap in this smoke that Robin might try and work with. Again, EPSILON might just want to get this over with quickly. They're currently congregating around that A bomb site, which LDLC have very well fortified. Ooh, and Krav up close with the mag. Only going to get the one kill, but he's certainly done his portion of the hold. Unfortunately for LDLC, the rest of the team aren't able to manage to find any kills between them. Finally, it's Alex to find a frag. And Alex is going to try and go aggressive, but he's on the edge of the smoke. He gets the 1 kill, but in come the trades. And EPSILON are going to close the series 2-0. Let's go back to the desk to break it down.
There you have it, ladies and gents. EPSILON managing to close out this map 16-6. Pretty convincing win. And unfortunately, LDLC are out of Farmskins Championship Season 2. And Hogar, as we said, it's definitely going to be tough for LDLC to match against EPSILON on Mirage, especially against, I mean, once again, Krav didn't really have that much of a good